Marcel always talking about the women. But see, what Marcel need to probably do is just worry about Marcel business instead of women business. She should just apologize for the whole thing right then.
No. There's an apology. There's an apology coming one way. And once it comes, I'll receive it with open arms. And I'll forgive.
Man, you crazy.
It's the guy that sells hair products for a living. Talking about women business?
No, but that $100, he give you a tip for $100 for a water. Okay? That's on Marcel.
That's 60. That's 80.
Yeah, that's her tip.
There we go.
Don't give it to me. I got $2 million. I got no worry about $100. But you know, me and Marcel, like, he can't battle with me. You know what I mean? Because I can drop stacks after stacks after stacks. It's really crazy that he want to try to be in a pissing contest with me about $100 that he could have got way before the event if he would just said something to me about it. I think Marcel just want to be to win it.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back to review the season premiere, the mid-season premiere, might I add. This is season 6, episode 16, Innocent Until Proven, Keke. Now, I don't know what platform you watch. I already knew this was going to be the mid-season premiere and not a new season because we never got a reunion. I don't know what OWN or Carlos King or whomever are pulling the shots over there. Why they keep doing this foolishness with Love and Marriage Huntsville, but it is annoying. They take 3-month gaps and we are kind of left mid-season. Like, you know, sometimes usually mid-season 2 or 3 weeks. Hello? But I don't know what they be doing. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this review. This is going to be your spoiler warning because we're going to get into some things, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so the first thing we get Mel and Tiffany. She's going to visit Tiffany after she's given birth. We see baby Ace being breastfed, and they come in, of course, Melody with the pleasantries, the Southern belle in her. Oh, I feel so special. Am I the first person to see the baby? You know, all that little small talk, you know, all of the polite, you look beautiful. We get all that. Okay. So anyway, we're moving on. Child, Tiffany lets Melody actually hold the baby. And like I said, that baby is definitely breastfed because every time he get by some titties, he is trying to breastfeed. You see little Ace down there going after Mel's boobs. And she's like, no, absolutely not. I ain't got nothing down there for you. Okay, so let's move on in this conversation. I think they ended it out with Mel recording a invitation that Tiffany is going to be sending out to her close friends and family to do a baby reveal. But let's go ahead and get into the nuts and the bolts of this conversation. When Tiffany goes to bring up Keke, girl, like she had the smoking hot tea. You heard about Huntsville police looking for this woman, girl. And what I will say about this, Miss Melody, I love that you didn't cackle and kiki with her. I love that you shut that foolishness all the way down and was like, girl, and what? She was like, oh, aren't you afraid it's going to tarnish our brand? And she was like, no. First of all, Tiffany, what brand? I'll wait. So, like I said, what brand, Tiffany? She's like, well, you know, because she's a part of us in this this group, that she may tarnish the brand. I was like, girl, shut up. Melody was like, look, if you think she's going to tarnish your brand, then that is on you to distance yourself from Miss Keke, and you don't have to deal with Miss Keke. But baby, it is innocent until proven guilty. So we're going to give this scene to Melody. Next case. Okay, honey. So we get to, this may be out of order, but we are going to be talking about all the things that are happening in this particular scene. And in this scene, we do get Kimmy and Letitia coming over to talk. Tisha has her little charcuterie board in her new place, her new 3-2 bedroom and bathroom apartment. And she comes over and she's basically, the topic of discussion ended up being the Espo, the Black Espo. But, she basically was talking about how Stormy's energy coming at her and Tiffany's energy coming at her during the last episode, where she actually walked out after pretty much having a temper tantrum and pretty much kind of cussing them out. However, honey, let me let you see how ridiculous she looks. You see her down there walking in? You see her down there walking in the apartment trying to figure out how 2 adults, well, I'll say MJ, I'll say 3 adults and 2 children are supposed to be fitting in this apartment. You downsized from, I believe, season 1, season 2, they were in a single family house. Then they downsized to a townhouse. And now they are in a 3-2 apartment. Multi-millionaires. Yes, I'm talking directly to you. Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? Is the IRS knocking at the door, honey? What is going on? Is there lawsuits and scamming? What is going on? Are you being sued? Because I'm not understanding. And then all they want to keep on, all Tisha wants to talk about is what is it? Scott Manor. Girl, you do know Scott Manor is just a pile of rubble, right? Y'all starting to sound like Chateau Chiray. Okay, so be careful with that. Now, Kimmy, I'm gonna give you a little bit. Kimmy, I didn't, that little comment that you said talking about you a better woman than me, ma'am. Are you okay? Because we're gonna get into you and your husband in a second. Are you okay? You a better woman than me, girl. We just talking about living arrangements. What you're dealing with, real life, girl. Not too much. And that's all I have to say about that. They were talking, but what I did find interesting in this conversation is that I felt like Kimmy had a lot of grievances about the Black Espo, but they didn't talk about that. I guess she let, if Tisha invited her over, maybe she let Tisha get off what she wanted to get off, but she did not bring up any of the grievances that she's going to be talking to her husband later on in the episode to Tisha, to her face. So Tisha is going to see that, and I don't know if it is, filmed and edited or shot out of order. I don't know. But I found that odd. But I guess she was just letting Tisha kind of get off her chest and vent. And Tisha, I just want you to know that the Black Espo was raggedy. Hello? Can we call a thing a thing? It was ghetto, it was unorganized, and it was raggedy. And so this whole talking about Tiffany not a part of the comeback group. Girl, the comeback group is disbanded. Hello? Are you okay? Girl, I don't, what are you talking about? I just felt like there was a lot of putting things down and, trying to receive criticisms as they, this was your first, solo event. And baby, in order to get better, somebody's going to have to tap you on your shoulder and be like this, hello? What's going on, girl? Hello? Are you okay? So I think she got really, really defensive when Stormy came at her. But in all honesty, I'm still Team Stormy because at the end of the day, it was not handled properly. You pulled Stormy in on the fly. Because let's be honest, y'all thought y'all was going to have Melody. And Mel said no. God said no. God said no. Okay. So then they're gonna pull Stormy in at the last moment and then don't tell her anything. So I'm sure if there was a contract and parameters in place, she wouldn't have came in. You're talking about a boss. You're talking about a boss. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar business, Canvas Beauty, that Stormy has. So I hope you didn't think that she was going to come in here at a 3x5 table and just set up. That's not her brand. Her brand is well established. And yeah, and you pulled her in at the end. You didn't let her know about any kind of monetary thing or obligation. You asked her, like, it almost felt like she was doing you a favor. And I think that was the interpretation of this, because even at the event, she said that she tried to come through for y'all and she really had something else to do, something more pressing for her. And, it was a sacrifice that she was there at the event to do that. But then you see that she has this big elaborate setup and all of this stuff. And then Marcel wants to go on a tangent. And baby, let me tell you, Stormy said, however I want to respond to how it came to me and how I felt about it is well within my rights. And I will do that. And then Tisha's like, girl, what is wrong with you, girl? I said, girl, what? So, I mean, I and Tisha, the thing is that she was on Stormy's side. She did not like what her husband did. But I think that because of Stormy's energy, she just got on the defense, and then she had to like kind of defend herself and her husband, because at the end of the day, it was their event. Okay, so there's that. Next case. All right. Okay, so we got Courtney and Marcel. Courtney, you better not disappoint me this season, because you was doing us right for the men that wants to stand behind, protect, and check these men when they get out of pocket with women. Because it's a thing, especially with these Scott men, that they think that they can do whatever they want because they got a piece of meat down swinging down below. Okay, he said, don't speak to my wife like that anymore. Okay, don't speak to my wife like that. If there was some money that you needed to settle, then you come say it to me, or you have Tisha come address my wife. Period. Dot. Okay. Shout out to Chanel from Real Housewives of Dubai. Period. Dot. Okay. All right. So he asked him, what does he want? He wants something to drink. What you drinking? I'm drinking water right now. Oh, that sucks. Dude. No. Courtney came in there because he was about business. And he came in there and checked you about $100. Now, listen. If the fee wasn't, oh God, I just feel like it was uncalled for and unnecessary, because at the end of the day, I thought the whole thing is that we were doing it for the community. You wanted the talent to come out there and not be compensated. You want them to do it out the goodness of their heart. So I thought this was for the community. And now we're hearing that everybody was charged except for Stormy. Now I wonder why that is, because that sounds contradictory to me. It really does. It sounds contradictory. But either way, I'm gonna let it go. But they had some interesting choice of words with each other. And baby, when I tell you, Courtney, you better talk your shit. He got up and he tipped the bartender for his water that he didn't even drink, might I add, $100, and said, here go. Here, he said, to let you know that $100 ain't shit for my millions on millions. I'm gonna tip your bartender that served me water $100. That's from Marcel. I say, yes. Yes. I said, okay. Okay. I said, yes, Courtney, you better do it. You know, Marcel doing all that him and Han. At the end of the day, he always feel like he can come to women acting stupid. No, sir. Courtney said, not mine. You always want to have some problems with women business. Not mine. You gonna stay over there in your place, and if you have to address anything to me and mine, you come address it to me. Okay? All right. So, child, Marcel over there with his man titties and his wide hips, looking real dumb. Looking real dumb. So that's why he has the clown hat on, and Courtney has the king hat on. Next case. Honey. Martell. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think Martell is on a slow bus. I think he might be on the spectrum. I think Martell got a motherfucking problem. You hear me? Let's cut the BS. He got a problem. He has a problem with entitlement. He has a problem with everything in the world revolving around him. And Chris said, not so. Not so. So he was supposed to be staying in this house for about 30 minutes. Okay. Supposed to be staying here 30 days while he finds and transitions into another home, because this home was on the market. 30 days turned to 60 days. 60 days turned to 90 days. 90 days turned into 8 months. And he told him, even when the first part of the season 6, the first half, that he had to move. And then he's going back and forth to him about getting out this house. And Martell is acting like it's his job to find him another house. I said, excuse me, sir, aren't you a grown fucking man? Aren't we grown? Not a grown man with 5 kids waiting for another man to get you somewhere to stay. Hello, are you okay, Martell? Are you okay? And what I love about what happened here is that Chris had to draw a boundary. And he said, no more. No, I'm not. I said, good for you. I remember going back and forth with y'all in the chat last season about the way you have to treat Martell. You have to have boundaries with Martell, because he will run all over them. He will tap dance, tippy toe, play double dutch, play on your top around the boundary that you try to establish. But you want to be nice. It's no being nice with Martell. It's no being nice with Martell. Okay? He's not built like that. Now, I know some of you naive and y'all women that always just want to get a man the benefit of the doubt. Hell no. How we go from 30 days to 8 months? And then he tried, on top of that, he tried to get another 90 days. Chris said, not so. 2 weeks out of there. And that's all, folks. What you mean? Martell? Sir, now we understand why you can't pass an open book test, because something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. The elevator is not going all the way up. The knife is not sharpened in the drawer. Sir, get Get your ass on somewhere. Honey, a mess. And he also told him, they had the conversation about the subpoena and how he felt like the subpoena was trying to make him and his wife choose a side. And he said he wasn't choosing a side because they are both friends with both Mel and Martell. So he said he did not like it. He was like, well, I just wanted the truth to be told. Bullshit. Use a motherfucking lie, and the truth is not in you, Martell. Now, you know goddamn well, because you already had the conversation with your mother. Your mother said she's not playing with you. And she birthed you and raised you to be the narcissist that you are. And she said, don't play with me. I'm not going in no court of law trying to be bigging you up, knowing you is the biggest hoe in the building. Like, your infidelity is not on Front Street. What do you mean, sir? I'm gonna need you to get the hell on out of here with that, Martell. You know goddamn well that's why he got the clown mask over there. And I gave the applause to Chris for standing his ground and executing the boundary and pulling back the support. And he was like, nah, son. Not I. Okay, next case.
So the friendship, by continuously staying in this house, I think he's looking for me to give him special treatment, allow him to continue to stay just because he's Martell.
At least once you find someone that's interested, I'm thinking that you'll be like, hey, listen, as a friend, hey, Martell, I'm going to talk to the owners to see if I can get you 90 days to get out of it.
And you don't think I've done that already? But they're not going to give you no damn 90 days.
Yeah. I mean, because they ain't going to come and kick me out.
Yes, they will.
They can't come and kick
Yes, they
me
can.
out.
Yes, they can. You're month to month.
Yeah,
There's a contract on the house.
What's priority? As a friend, as a realtor, you ain't saying, hey, Martell, listen, you need help looking for a property?
You out of your goddamn mind.
Chris, no, I just asked you what, a week and a half ago. I asked you specifically. I said, Chris, do you have any properties?
I didn't have anything.
So what make you think that I can run out here in 30 days and find me something for my kids tonight if you can't find anything? As a friend, you want me just to pack up and go to a hotel with me and my children, or you don't care, or you just worried about the money?
No, it ain't about the money. It's about my fiduciary duty to the seller.
I'm planning yours too, though. Why is it such a big? I mean, like,
but that is not the problem. That is not the problem of the owner of the house.
Okay. The thing is, I found the property.
So what do you need?
As a friend, I would expect at least 90 days.
A couple of weeks. 2 weeks. That has to happen. 2 weeks.
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
Honey, baby, this was very interesting and very telling. Now, you know, the small talk or whatever, they're sitting up here riding electric bikes and doing what they do. Shout out to riding the bikes, but that's what I like to do every weekend. Look, sidebar in my life, love to ride bikes. So they take a break and they're talking about the Black Business Expo. Shout out to Tisha. Kimmy is talking about the Scotts 1.0 being kind of coy about the money aspect, because you remember there was like supposed to be no cost, like they're supposed to be putting this on for the community, and there was essentially no cost. So they didn't want to incur any cost by paying the talent, and to my knowledge, I didn't hear about any fees that was enacted. However, Maurice in this conversation said, oh yeah, I paid them. And I'm like, what? I said, so Kimmy just don't know? You just went on ahead and paid the thing? And here we go, where I was telling you how Kimmy was kind of voicing all this grievance about the money aspect with the Black Expo. Shout out to Tisha. But when she was talking to Tisha, she didn't have much to say about it. Wonder why. But like I said, maybe she was just letting Tisha vent about what was going on. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Next item on the agenda is Maurice talking about when are you going to feel back to normal so I can continue to masturbate with your body and you not fake it. Yeah. He might have said something different, but that's what I heard. Now you tell me what you heard about. That's what I heard. And she was just like, listen, I'm waiting for my body to respond and get back to normal. She has completed her rounds of chemo and radiation and recovering from surgery. And when I tell you that I was so disgusted, so appalled at Maurice and his forehead, I wanted to kick him in the throat. You hear me? I would have karate chopped that nigga right in his throat. Saying some shit like that to me. Are you crazy? Are you high? Are you okay, sir? Do we need to call 911? Because, sir, you are totally out of order and out of line. And I am over it. I was so upset. And he had the nerve to say, oh, Kimmy, you know that this is just a mental thing with you, right? Excuse you? Hello? Are you okay, sir? Are you in my mental? Even if it was my mental, are you there? Are you in my mental where you could tell me it's my mental? I'm sorry. Did all of the chemo, the radiation, and getting cut on, did that happen to you, sir? I'm sorry. Because I'm not understanding. I am not understanding. And I was just like, if you don't have several fucking seats, I know something. Child, when I tell you that he pissed me off to the pistivity, baby. Listen, I don't know what y'all doing. If y'all are trying to make good TV and Carlos is telling him to lean into the worst of the worst to keep the people talking, because that's basically what the reality game is, to keep the people talking. As long as they got something to talk about, then I guess everything is okay. But when we're talking about a real life situation that could have took your wife up out of here and still may, God willing, God protect Kimmy at all costs. But it's moments like that like run my pressure up. Well, it's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no, ma'am. If you guys are just joining me, make sure you hit hashtag replay if you are joining me later on in the review. Hashtag replay and leave your comment on how Maurice, bobblehead ass, was talking to Kim. Please leave a comment and hashtag replay if you are catching it later. So anyway, it was a lot, baby. It's a lot. And so when she's sitting up here talking about Tisha a better woman than her, girl, what? Are you okay, Kimmy? Okay. Are you okay? All right. I just wanted to know. Honey, because I ain't here for it. I'm not here for it, and I did not like it. And if this is what y'all doing for a storyline, next, because it's a pain in my pussy to hear him talk like that to you after what you've been through. Are we 14, Maurice? Do we not have our hormones under control? I know he's 40 plus. I know he has to be 40 plus. I'm gonna need you to grow up, Maurice. And that's all I got to say on that. So we get to Stormy and Courtney. And pretty much, she's running how the things went at the expo because Courtney wasn't there. He was at the warehouse dealing with their situations. And so she was still just justifying how Marcel came to her. Then later on, how Tisha came to her and how the thing was handled, how she felt about it. And, he was just like, yeah, I checked him. And, that insult that Marcel thought was an insult about the women's business, the hair care business, baby. They are on an estate living, not in a 2-3 bedroom apartment living. So, yeah, I don't think that little read or dig landed the way you wanted it to land. So, anyway, they're basically talking about, how Marcel is a male chauvinist. He's misogynistic. He's a male chauvinist. And Courtney just basically said, not my wife. I'm sorry. That's not going to work for me, darling. Okay. All right. So let's get to the next slide. The next slide is Mel visiting Keke. And of course, we cannot go through without, what do you say? You can't go without mentioning what is the talk of the town. Okay, so she's pretty much going to relay the information and get some clarification of what is going on. And I love you. Y'all know Mel wasn't always my favorite, but you know that as she's gone through her healing process, I definitely see a new different Melody is showing up differently. And she's showing up a little bit more genuine to me. And she is pretty much on the right side of things whenever we talk about what's going on with the people that she's interacting with. She encouraged her because she doesn't know if it's true. She was just like, whatever you're going through, I want you to push through. She bought her this cute t-shirt to encourage her, to inspire her. And she did say that Tiffany brought up the whole thing about, her possibly damaging the brand. Not Tiffany, Keke, child, when I tell you she was babbling on and babbling on and babbling on, I was like, girl. Yeah, okay. So I'm not quite sure what all she was babbling about, but I guess she was telling her about all the things that she's been going through. With the back pain, she gained 30 pounds, and Mel was sitting there looking like, okay. But like I said, I love that she gave her a heads up so she would be prepared how Tiffany may start moving within the friend group, and so she could be prepared. And Keke is pretty much kind of in a dilemma. She didn't really deny, I don't think she denied it or confirmed that it was her, but she did say that she was having some problems. And it left off on a cliffhanger to be continued. I don't understand why it's to be continued. It's the first fucking episode of the season. Okay, so of course it's going to be continued, darling. What the hell? Anyway. Let me get off my tangent because sometimes that foolishness just be, honey, it just be sending me. But it was a really good episode, y'all. I'm not even gonna front. Rate the episode. I'm gonna give this episode a 8.5, maybe a 9. I'm telling you, I thought it was good. I felt like even though they were kind of retracing old things, but it wasn't super old. Everything is still very relevant as far as Kimmy and her health. As far as Keke, that's the new element that's going on. Now this whole Black Expo, I think they did a good job with keeping it very current, where we weren't trucking up stuff from season 1, season 2, season 3, old shit. So I like that we are way more current now. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5. Like, it wasn't a lot that happened, but baby, that thing with Courtney, man, I might bump it up to a 9. Just how the way Courtney drugged Marceau and by his man titties. Okay, I might just give it a 9 just for that, because somebody needs to do it. Somebody needed to put him in his place. And thank you, Courtney, for doing just that. So anyway, I hope you all are enjoying the broadcast. If you are, you can cash out Nita the Diva with 2 A's to support the channel. I want y'all to like, share, subscribe. And just know, this is all done for entertainment purposes. I want y'all to follow me on Instagram at Boss Lady Nita Boo, and follow me definitely on Twitter at Nita Bougie, Nita Bougie, because I'm a little bougie. Nita Bougie on Twitter. All right, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. This was a good episode, and it gets me excited for what is to come. So yeah, y'all had a good time. And I'm going to say, that's all, folks. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.